guys, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So if you didn't see the last video, we actually took these two trucks out for a bash, me and my friend. As you can see, they have come back in a bit of a sorry state, so I've ordered the parts for these to get these repaired, and we will be doing a video demonstrating that process. Guys, this is the big one. This is the one you've all been waiting for. This is the Traxxas TRX-4 Sport. It was a bit of a hard decision for me. It was either this or the TRX-4, which is the slightly more upgraded version. I did decide to go for the Sport, mainly because I am still quite new to crawling. I have had a crawler in the past, but I've never really fully gotten into it. So I'm hoping the TRX-4 Sport can actually get me more into it. You know, we can take this thing out onto some good trails and have some good fun with it on the rocks. Okay, so some of you may be wondering why I actually went for the Sport over the TRX-4. It's a fair question, it's a valid question. Okay, so it's a hard choice. Which one do you go for? So what is actually missing in the Sport that you get with the TRX-4, the normal version of this truck? Okay guys, so there are two major differences that I can point out on the Sport over the TRX-4, and the first one being this doesn't come with the lock-in differentials. This is the diffs are locked as standard from the factory. They're not, you know, you can't unlock them. It is what it is. You know, I think this was done so that it would be easier for the beginner to actually use this, and it's not another thing to worry about. You don't have to worry about locking the diffs, unlocking the diffs. You know, you can literally just take this out and have some fun with it. The second thing, this isn't 2-speed. I believe the TRX-4 is 2-speed, which is adjustable on the transmitter. This is single speed. I got this because I want to get into crawling properly. I want to see what this thing is like out on the rocks. I'm not really that fussed about how quick it actually is. You know, that isn't the purpose for this vehicle. This is purpose built, and it pretty much does what it says on the tin. It is a rock crawler. It's not made for speed. You know, that's something you're going to appreciate and understand. Okay, so as I did just mention, you do have the ability to actually put in the 2-speed transmission into this afterwards. So that just because you've gone for the Sport, which doesn't have it in it, you are able to actually upgrade this at a later date if you should wish to do so. I believe you can also fit in the lock-in differentials if you really did want to. It is something you can add in at a later date. You will have to purchase all the little servos and stuff, the linkages, to actually make that work. The one thing I would say, guys, is if that is something you're probably going to be looking at to do at a later date, as I've learnt recently, doing upgrades such as that, you know, things that don't actually come standard on the model but are available, doing them at a later date, you know, retrofitting them to your actual model, actually sometimes costs more than actually, you know, buying it pre-built and ready-made from the factory. But again, the option is there if you should wish to do so. You are able to upgrade to locking and unlocking diffs and a 2-speed transmission in this. Guys, I have to be honest, you know, initial thoughts, this thing is absolutely amazing. You're getting your usual Traxxas quality. You know, all the parts feel solid. You know, even just opening the box, when I took this thing out the box, it just smelt like Traxxas. It had quality written all over it. Now don't get me wrong, this is an expensive truck for what it is. There are many more budget options available to you, and again I did look at those, but I have had Traxxas in the past. They are the slightly more expensive option, but if you're serious about this hobby, you're serious about what you want to do, you know, you won't let the price phase you too much. Okay, so I did actually test this prior to making the video. As you can see, it is quite dirty. One of the things that I noticed about this was that you've got a plastic servo horn. Now that servo horn is going to be coming under some serious stress, like especially when you're going over some quite big rocks, you know, some difficult terrain. For me, that is one of the things I can personally see going wrong quite quickly. So that's definitely going to be on my list of upgrades. It's definitely going to be one of the first things I actually do to this truck to make it slightly more capable, because I can see that going wrong quite soon. Another nice feature that this TRX-4 Sport actually has, which I didn't really notice on a lot of the more budget options and also a lot of the other options in this sort of price range, where the fact that it has got portal axles. What are portal axles? Now this is actually a question I asked myself because I wasn't actually sure. I am quite new to this crawler game, so I am still learning myself. So why would you want portal axles? Right, well, compared to straight axles, you're actually going to be getting more ground clearance, which is really going to help when you're going over some big rocks or, you know, tricky terrain. The portal axles are really going to come in handy. Now that was the deciding factor for me. Judging from the competition, you know, this was definitely something I was interested in, and it was definitely something I thought I'd have to upgrade quite early on an alternative model, which is why I thought, you know what, let's just go for the TRX-4 Sport from the beginning, so try and save myself some money without having to upgrade too much. So you may have already noticed, but I have had to cut off the standard Traxxas connector on the ESC itself. I run XT60 on all my batteries, you know, so I've got nothing against Traxxas connectors, but just for ease, I'm not really a fan of using, you know, inline adapters. So I snipped it off and I've soldered on at XT60, and that's just the way I like to go. If you don't plan on doing that, guys, and you want to maintain the Traxxas warranty on the ESC itself, then you are going to have to either buy Traxxas batteries or buy the connectors and solder them onto your batteries, or use an inline adapter. Now this is just another ball ache which I'd rather not do, which is why I went straight for snipping the connector off and sticking an XT60 on. While we're talking about the ESC, it does actually have hill hold, which is a very nice feature. If you're on a steep incline, it will actually hold the vehicle there, so you don't have to keep using too much throttle to actually keep the vehicle stable. Okay, so I think we've talked enough, guys. Let's get the shell put on, take this out and see how we get on. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of video there. This was actually really fun to test out. I appreciate, you know, I haven't got proper rocks out there, you know, but we are going to be taking this to a few places to actually get even better footage with this. So it should be fun to actually get this out onto a proper trail in the future. After making that short video there, I did actually decide to set up a little course at the top of my garden. You have to appreciate I am in my back garden, so it's nothing special, but just want to see what the suspension travel is like, and yeah, take a look at this video. Okay, so it was definitely a worthwhile purchase. I can definitely justify the price. You know, to be honest, I don't need a two-speed transmission, and I don't need lockable and unlockable diffs just yet. I am just starting out with crawling, so I have got a lot to learn, and I think for a beginner like myself, it's definitely the way forward. You're not overwhelmed by too many options on the transmitter. You know, you can actually take your time to learn, actually get used to the throttle control and the steering, and then if you want to, you can either upgrade the Sport to have those two options, or you can go ahead and buy the normal TRX-4 or an alternative model. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. We are extremely close to hitting 100 subscribers, which really makes me feel proud. It's given me the motivation to carry on, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. As always, feel free to leave a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And again, like this video, and yeah, we'll keep making these videos. You know, I'm really enjoying this whole process, and it's nice to get to know you guys as well. So yeah, take care, see you on the next one.